Greetings to Dr. Audrey. So today our group is going to present about the broodstock selection of Atlantic salmon. So this is our group member Azlan, David, myself Lim, Ibobo, and lastly Zul.
Say it with me now. I'm a pimp, 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 pimp.
Hello, my name is Ibo Prastio. I will present about broodstock selection. First, broodstock or broodfish are a group of mature individuals used in aquaculture for breeding purposes. And what is broodstock selection? Broodstock selection is the process to choose the mature broodstock to start seed production. And every species have different age to start spawning because in some species and every species they have several ways to determine the broodstock. First is the age, the size, and also the mature. But every fish have different age to get the mature stage. So that's why broodstock selection is important.
So hello and hi, I am Zulkifli bin Rahman. Will be explaining the purpose of broodstock selection. Broodstock is a group of mature individuals used in aquaculture for breeding purpose. They act as a parental fish which will inherit their trait, the desirable trait to the product through the fertilization among the broodstock. It is managed by manipulating the environmental factor. The purpose of broodstock selection are to have the desired trait for the product. For example, increase in fecundity. Uh, Broodstock with high rate of fecundity will help to increase the number of egg spawn, which also could help to increase the number of product that will be produced. Uh, a good broodstock should also have a fast growth rate. This will help to minimize the time the fish have to keep in captive before it is uh, sold in the market. The broodstock fish should also have a good disease resistance. If this is inherent to the product, it will help the product to resist from any disease breakout while they are in captive. Uh, Produce high value stock mean the broodstock selection will produce uh, products which is have high value. Uh, for example, the fish have a desirable size, have a good taste if it is for food, and uh, have a good outside threat. For color, many of ornamental fish are sold based on the color. If the broodstock have a specific color which is rare or hard to find, they should be produce. They should use to be a parental fish to produce many more offspring with that color, so it can be sold with higher price to gain more income for the farmer. That's all for me.
Hello, my name is David Extabaru, and I will be presenting to you about the commercial importance of Atlantic salmon, also known as the Salmo-Salar. Salmo-Salar or Atlantic salmon has two primary commercial importance towards humans. First being human consumption. Humans use the Atlantic salmon for dishes such as sushi and pan-fried salmon which are served in restaurants. Secondly, they are also hunted for recreational purposes. Fly anglers in Iceland, Norway, Russia, and also Ireland and Northern Ireland use fly angling techniques to catch these salmons for sport during their annual runs upstream.
Good day, folks. My name is Azlan bin Aziz, and I will be talking about how do we select the broodstock of Atlantic salmon. Okay. First of all, how do we select the broodstock is same like other fish by choosing the right age, maturity, size, spawning season, quality of sperm, physical of characteristic, and many more characteristics need to be concerned. But I just pick uh, six six of broodstock need to be six of uh, considered considered what they call considered element to be selected the Atlantic salmon fish. Okay, first of all is age. Different fish have a different age and also maturity. And how to determine the fish age is by choosing by do experiment to scale calcify bone or otolith. Okay, and the next one is maturity. The maturity can be determined by doing egg stripping for female and also sperm suction for male. Each fish have a different type of maturity. As for Atlantic salmon, by doing stripping for female, we can see the color of the egg and the sperm is by doing the suction of sperm for male, we can determine the maturity for the fish. Okay, the third one is size. And how we determine the size? The adult size of fish is by the easiest way to determine the adult size is by looking the black spot predominantly above the lateral line. And the fourth one is spawning season, which is for Atlantic salmon. Usually, the spawning season held on November and December. But sometimes there are some fish that spawning season require on October and to the late February. And 90 to 95% of uh, adult fish die after spawning. And some of the survivor fish maybe spawn again. Okay. And the female lay the eggs on gravel depression known as red or spawning nest. The next one is quality of sperm. Sperm are available when the testes are well developed. These the Atlantic salmon male need well developed sperm testes to require a good sperm, and this is same like other fish. Okay, and the last one is physical characteristic. This is the easiest way to choose the broodstock for breeding, and we can see by looking to the genital pore for the female. The genital pore is color reddish, and for the male is presence of sperm. When we do the suction, the sperm is can be sucked lah. Okay, and another characteristic that we need to look is the fish is in good health and nobody wants no parasite, no fin no fin or caudal or body deform. This is to what we call to prevent from unhealthy fry from being born. Okay. And I think that's all from me. Thank you, Prof.
So, as for the conclusion, the broodstock selection is a relatively important component in culturing Atlantic salmon. This may prevent the elimination of wild populations owing to overexploitation, habitat alteration and destruction, and lastly, the introduction of exotics such as the monogenetic parasite Gyrodactylus salaris, which is lethal to young salmon in the freshwater. So the cultured Atlantic salmon contribute most in the market nowadays, which is still needed to be increased to fulfill the increasing requirement by human. So this is very important to prevent the extinction of wild salmon. And the cultured Atlantic salmon contribute a lot to human consumption and protein requirement by human and of course the food security itself. So the history of cultured Atlantic salmon is very long. It's around 150 years, and we even have hybrid salmon to boost and increase the productivity for human consumption. So that's all from us. Thank you.